All right, so today we're diving deep into the future of energy.
Yeah.
And no, it's not just those solar panels that you're seeing pop up on rooftops everywhere.
Right.
We're talking renewable energy,
Yeah.
like really joining forces with autonomous systems.
Yeah.
Like think self-driving cars, but fueled by the sun. Drones.
It's a total game changer.
Drones becoming those unsung heroes of wind farms.
Totally.
And like a smart grid making sure that every single watt counts.
It's really exciting because it's not just even shifting away from fossil fuels at this point.
Yeah.
It's like reimagining how we power our entire world, right? And,
Yeah.
the urgency is there. We need cleaner energy. And that's where, like you said, solar, wind, hydroelectric, all these sources come in.
Yeah.
But the real magic happens when you pair those sources with the incredible advancements that we're seeing in things like autonomous systems.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's unpack this a little bit.
Sure.
When you think autonomous systems, what comes to mind? For me, it's like sci-fi movies, like self-aware robots.
Right.
But we're talking real-world applications here, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're not talking about like, the Terminator or anything like that. But
Right.
think about like self-driving cars, drones, even AI systems that can manage like entire power grids.
Wow.
These systems are all about increasing efficiency, safety,
Yeah.
and in the world of renewable energy, they're total game changers.
Okay.
So imagine this.
Yeah.
A fleet of drones
Okay.
powered by solar energy,
Uh-huh.
autonomously inspecting like miles of solar panels in like the scorching desert heat.
Okay, so instead of sending out human teams to like do these inspections, which could be really time-consuming.
And dangerous.
Yeah, and dangerous. We have these high-tech drones working like tirelessly 24/7 to
Yeah.
make sure that everything's running smoothly.
Exactly. And it's not even just about maintenance.
Okay.
These drones are equipped with all this like incredible technology.
Oh, wow.
Like thermal imaging.
Uh-huh.
They can identify a faulty solar panel before it even like really affects the energy output at all.
Wow.
So that means less downtime, more energy produced, and ultimately
Yeah.
that benefit just trickles down to you, the consumer.
That's a great point. Yeah, it's really easy to get lost in the weeds with the technology itself.
Totally.
But at the end of the day, it's all about how it impacts our lives, right?
For sure.
So we've got these like amazing renewable energy sources, right? We got these autonomous systems that are boosting efficiency, but like how does it all come together?
That's where this concept of a smart grid comes in.
Okay.
You can think of it like an intelligent energy management system.
Okay.
It's constantly monitoring energy flow from all these different sources, including those that can be unpredictable,
Yeah.
like renewables, right?
Yeah.
And it's making decisions in real time about where that energy needs to go.
So if we're imagining these drones and they're collecting data, let's say on a solar farm,
Mm-hmm.
that information gets fed back to that smart grid,
Yes.
and then the smart grid can adjust energy distribution based on...
Based on the actual generation
That's
and the
fair.
demand. Exactly.
Wow.
And this is where things get really fascinating. Let's say there's this surplus of solar energy being generated, on a bright, sunny afternoon.
Yeah.
Way more than what's immediately needed, right?
Right.
A smart grid can take that excess energy
Let's
and...
do it for later.
Exactly.
Like a giant battery pack.
Yes.
To the entire city, right?
Exactly.
Tell me more about how that works and store it for later. Like a giant battery pack
Yes.
for the entire city, right?
Exactly.
Tell me more about how that works.
So energy storage is really crucial here. And this is where these like advanced battery technologies come in.
Right.
We're talking about capturing those moments when the sun is just beaming or the wind is really strong
Right.
and storing that energy for when it's needed most.
Okay.
Whether it's like later that evening or during like a lull in renewable generation.
Okay. I'm starting to see how all these pieces fit together now.
Yeah.
We're using these renewable energy sources.
Right.
We're maximizing their efficiency with these autonomous systems.
Yeah.
And then we're managing it all through this intelligent smart grid
Exactly.
that can even store the excess energy.
It's like
we're building this whole new energy ecosystem.
and what's really cool?
What's that?
This ecosystem, it isn't just transforming like how we power our homes and buildings.
Okay.
It's totally revolutionizing transportation as well.
Okay.
Like think about electric autonomous vehicles.
You mean like self-driving cars that run on electricity?
Exactly.
I've heard about those.
Yeah.
How do they fit into this whole renewable energy picture?
Well, imagine like you're commuting to work, but in a vehicle that not only drives itself,
Yeah.
but runs on sunshine.
Wow.
That's the kind of future
That's amazing.
that this technology enables,
Wow.
making your life easier and like way less impactful on the planet.
Okay, now that you mention it, it's like it all starts to click.
Right.
These autonomous electric vehicles charged by a grid that's increasingly powered by renewables,
Exactly.
that starts to paint a very different picture of what our cities could look like.
And we're already seeing it in action.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Several cities in Europe are implementing like electric autonomous shuttles for public transportation.
Wow.
And these shuttles are often powered by a mix of solar and wind energy.
Okay.
So it's showcasing how like different renewable sources can be combined to create a more resilient and sustainable system.
Yeah. It's incredible to see these concepts that, like you said, might have seemed like science fiction just a few years ago,
I know, it's crazy, right?
becoming a tangible reality.
Yeah.
It really paints an optimistic picture of a future where technology and sustainability go hand in hand.
Totally.
And it's not just overseas, right?
No, not at all.
You were talking about those solar-powered drones monitoring those solar farms.
Yeah.
That's actually a project happening right now in California.
It is, yeah. And by automating those inspection and maintenance tasks,
Yeah.
those drones aren't only boosting the efficiency of solar energy production,
Right.
but they're also like significantly reducing the operational costs.
It sounds like a win-win for like the environment and the economy.
For sure.
But it makes you wonder, like, what does this actually mean for like the average person? It's easy to get caught up in these like big picture ideas, but
Right.
how does this translate to like someone's everyday life?
That's like the most crucial point.
Yeah.
This shift towards renewable energy and these autonomous systems has the potential to like really empower individuals in these profound ways.
Okay.
So let's go back to that example of your commute.
Okay.
Imagine a world without like the stress of traffic jams,
Oh, wow.
because autonomous vehicles can communicate with each other
Okay.
to like optimize traffic flow.
That would be amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
No more searching for parking because your self-driving car just drops you off.
Yeah.
And then it finds a spot or charges itself while you work.
Wow, that does sound liberating.
Right.
Yeah.
And you've got less pollution in cities, quieter streets, all thanks to this shift towards electric transportation.
It seems like a win-win for everyone involved.
It does. It really does have the potential to improve our quality of life in so many ways.
Wow.
But there's another aspect to this, like individual empowerment, that's really worth exploring.
Okay.
Imagine a future where homeowners are no longer just these passive consumers of energy,
Yeah.
but they're like active participants in a decentralized energy system.
Active participants, you mean like generating their own energy?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
picture this, a city-scale energy reserve, right?
Okay.
Where every single home equipped with solar panels can contribute that excess energy back to the grid,
Wow.
essentially becoming like these mini power stations.
So instead of just drawing energy from the grid, you could actually be supplying it.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Turning your home into like an asset.
It's like flipping the script, right?
Yeah.
This model represents such a fundamental shift in how we even think about producing and consuming energy.
Yeah.
You know, it's putting power back in the hands of individuals.
Right?
And with the help of AI, like this energy trading,
Uh-huh.
it could become even more autonomous and efficient.
Wow.
Your home system could automatically buy or sell energy
Hey.
based on your needs and what's going on with the grid's demand,
Wow.
optimizing for cost savings and grid stability, you know?
Okay, let me just say I'm really curious about this future where we're all like more connected to our energy use and more in control. But let's address the elephant in the room. What about like the potential downsides?
Sure.
All this technology, all this change,
Yeah.
it's got to come with some challenges, right?
You're absolutely right to ask
Yeah.
that, like any major technological shift, there are definitely challenges that we need to address and be really proactive about.
Okay.
Like, for example, data privacy and security are paramount, right?
Yeah.
When you've got intelligent grids and autonomous systems that are handling like really sensitive information,
Right.
we need like really robust cybersecurity measures in place
Yeah.
to prevent breaches and ensure that like the integrity of these interconnected systems
Right.
is maintained.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And what about like the impact on jobs?
Sure.
Automation often raises concerns about job displacement.
That's a really valid concern.
Yeah.
As we transition to a more automated and like technology-driven energy sector, It is crucial that we're investing in retraining programs and creating new opportunities for those whose jobs might be affected by this.
Right.
This isn't just a technological transition.
Yeah.
It's a societal one.
Right.
And we need to ensure that this is a just and equitable transition for like literally everyone involved.
So it's not just about like developing the technology. It's about making sure it benefits everyone.
Yes.
And that we're prepared for the changes it brings.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it goes beyond just mitigating those potential negatives as well.
Okay.
We need to ensure like equitable access to these advancements, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if the benefits of renewable energy and autonomous systems were only accessible to like the wealthy.
Right.
That wouldn't be a sustainable or equitable future at all. We need to make these technologies affordable and accessible to all communities.
Yeah.
Regardless of income or location, you know?
It's a powerful reminder that like technology itself isn't like the solution.
For sure.
It's how we choose to use it that really matters.
Exactly.
We need to be mindful of the ethical considerations.
Yes.
The potential biases that can like creep into algorithms.
Absolutely.
And really design these systems with inclusivity in mind.
100%.
So as we kind of start to wrap up this deep dive today, what's like the final thought you want to leave with our listeners?
Well, I think the convergence of renewable energy and these autonomous systems, it represents such a profound opportunity.
Okay.
It allows us to move beyond just mitigating those like negative impacts of climate change to like actively creating a cleaner, more efficient, an equitable energy future. Yeah. But it's not a future that will just like happen to us. Right. It's a future that we have to actively shape through informed choices and a shared commitment to a more sustainable world.
It's a future that requires us to think differently, embrace innovation, and really work together to build a brighter future for like literally everyone.
I love that.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the future of energy.
Yeah, this was great.
Until next time. Keep those minds curious.
Absolutely.
And keep exploring the boundless possibilities of a world powered by ingenuity and a shared vision for a more sustainable tomorrow.
Couldn't have said it better myself.